The very first time this started was 44 years ago when I was pregnant with my first son. The blood pressure wasn't very high then, and I didn't really have a lot of symptoms. I had headaches, and obviously it was affecting the baby, but that was all. Then after I had my son, my blood pressure went back to normal for me, which was high normal. And I was fine until I fell pregnant again, and it was each pregnancy it just got worse. When I was younger, a lot younger, I went to the gym and I swam a lot. I was there 3 or 4 times a week, and I could go walks with my grandchildren, which was very important to me. And but when it got to the stage that I could literally do nothing, I gave up my gym because I was breathless. It was a breathlessness. I couldn't do anything in the gym at all, neither machines nor physical, and the swimming was totally out of the question. I had a really, really good physician, and he was very, very helpful toward the tablets, but it was like changing. It was like a concoction of tablets. It was some tablets totally disagreed with me, made me feel sick, so you were off them, and they would have been good, but towards the end it was a concoction of tablets that I hadn't had before, or I'd had 20 years ago, and they were trying them again with a mixture. Towards the end I was on about 23, 24 tablets a day.
Normally she was quite a business-like person, well organised. Obviously the children were mostly her life. Very stressful at times, and when the blood pressure got out of control, many times she was hospitalised. The last 18 months before the procedure was very, very stressful.
And I was hospitalised quite a lot to try and bring my blood pressure down, even if they just got it back to high, not extra high, because it was totally out of control. My mental health wasn't good at all, and my family were really concerned because I had always been a very outgoing person and was always out and about, and basically it used to say you never get mum at home, you've got to get her mobile. And I got to the stage I had no energy to do anything, and I had lost a tremendous amount of weight. I went down to about 7 stone, and I had no energy to do anything, and I used to meet my friends. I couldn't do anything like that. And it was one day I was at the hospital. My consultant spoke to me, and he was getting to the end of his tether as I was, and he said, we have a new procedure called renal denervation. I'll give you literature on it. It's never been done in Scotland, and only one person has had it in the south of England.
I genuinely believe that she was heading for a massive stroke or worse, and I also think, or now believe, that the innovation actually saved Merle's life.
It's called renal denervation, and it's done by local anaesthetic, and they use a sort of catheter in your groin, and it denerves your kidneys. And I was supposed to be in for 24 hours, but my blood pressure dropped so drastically after the procedure that I was kept in for a week to get it to normal. They didn't expect it to be so successful immediately. Normally it can take up to 6 months for there to be any difference, but mine was effectively instantly. I'm really glad I live in Scotland, which I could get this procedure done, and I'm really glad I don't live in America, which unfortunately doesn't have this procedure yet. And as I say, we looked into this, and we couldn't believe that a country as vast as America didn't have this procedure, and is not going to have it for another 2 or 3 years.